I'm so prideful that you guys are Jersey girls now. I claim you as being from Jersey because you're such good quality Jersey girls.
Oh, hey, thanks.
That's right.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Candace.
And welcome to Don't Start.
And as we like to say, don't start.
Candace, save it for the show.
Exactly. So let's get to it. Whitney Houston, Jersey. Tom Cruise, Jersey. Or my mother likes to say, who's the Charlie Puth? Rumpson. He's right by you, Candace. I'm like, thanks, Mom.
Tom Cruise, Queen Latifah,
Keep going, Sarah. I love it.
Bruce Springsteen, John Bon Jovi.
Dude, my brother scored tickets to Bon Jovi at
Oh,
MSG
that's
this summer.
fun.
He's very excited.
Get out of here.
Sarah, it's holiday season.
I'm tired. I'm tired. Too much gift shopping, too much eating, too much merriment. I'm exhausted.
It hasn't started yet.
Yeah, it's going since Thanksgiving.
Sarah has a full-on Christmas tree in her office, but it's a tree skirt.
It's my mom bought it for me when I was living in Los Angeles.
I love
And
it.
legitimately, it's a bodice with a tree skirt.
Does this bring you so much joy? Because that should be your happiness. That's adorable. I love it.
She makes me crazy because she has been on the way out for a long time. So like how it gets set up, I literally just like wiggled it and all of a sudden it lit up. And I was like, there's no rhyme or reason and it's working. So great.
I have to know something. Did you name her? Because I named my my car. I named my car. She's Betsy. What's her name? She doesn't have a
I feel like
name.
it has to be like Noel or something.
Ooh.
Right? She's got to have a theme. She's got to have a theme. No, everything is great. We've been decorated in our household for a while. And it was Chad's idea, which I really love. Like Chad's like, we need this merriment right now, guys. The whole world does.
I think he's right. We started too. We pulled out the Christmas tree, or as Maverick says, kimchi, kimchi, kimchi. I'm like, Christmas trees here, buddy. So it is, it's kind of wonderful to be like decorating early because then you're like, I don't have to take this down right away. It's going to stay up.
Right. We already decided we're going to, I think, not to Valentine's Day, but it makes me think of when you talked about Tom with the Christmas lights and you just turn them red. It's like, that's great. Or then when you get to Valentine's Day, you're like, but I'm just going to keep it up till next year. You made all the way back.
We didn't even bother taking them down.
I think it's brilliant. Also, but also, isn't a clear like Christmas light on the house kind of classy?
Yes, I mean, yeah,
very Nantucket on the water.
We're not on the water. We're on a reservoir.
Yeah, you're on a reservoir.
We sort of are, but no. And we have an outline of lights. So I think it's okay to leave up, but we're gonna try to take them down this year. Sarah, I gotta know, does your family do Christmas gifts?
Of course.
My
mother is obsessive with the kids. Let's be
price
specific.
limits. What's going on here?
Well, with the kids, my mother has been shopping since August. And what she does is she sends them all down to my brother. And then like Markle and Janice will be at work and she's like, that gift just came, put it inside, and very much like stressful since August. And then like I remember one year we like opened the presents and my mother was like, wait, what happened to the metal detector? And Mark's like, I took everything down from the attic.
What happened?
Then there's the next level of stress of lost gifts that have been up in the attic. Which wouldn't that be the best of it? I feel like isn't that in National Lampoons where he finds
in the attic?
Yes.
My mother does this thing too. What is that? She called me actually last week and she was like, I have blankets with the grandkids' names on it.
I love that.
I said, that's great. She goes, but didn't I give it to them last year? And I went, oh, yeah, you did, Ma. She's like, I must have bought doubles. Like she doesn't realize. And then she's buying and buying. And then she just has stuff.
And how about like where you forget, where someone's like, oh, you bought me this. And I'm like, oh, I did.
I am not above a regift. I got to be honest with you. I'm not above a regift. If someone gives me something and I'm like, oh, like a tea kettle, that's really nice, but I'm not going to use it. I put it in the basement. I know. I put it in the basement and then I'll wrap it and give it to someone else the next year. Let's just hope I remember that.
Okay. Well,
not above a regift.
So I guess like for me, I have such value in the dollar bill that I know how hard I worked for things. Why are you laughing? I'm being genuine.
And you totally are, but I feel like you're about to stomp on my regifts.
I think you're at least giving it forward.
There it is.
For me, when I don't see something that I gave to somebody being utilized.
It's nice when
Knowing and knowing I really thought, I swear I put a lot of like care and thought into a lot of gifts. And when
yes,
it doesn't bring them joy, I'm like, put on a freaking performance. I
I
worked
do.
really hard and this is the money that like I know what it means to not have it and then have
Oh,
it. And the
yes.
money I'm putting into this is my thought and my care and my work effort.
Yes, that is a whole nother level. Absolutely.
Right?
When someone gives me something, I'm like, I'm never going to use this. I turn it on.
I
I'm so
I'm big
genuine.
on keeping gifts. Like my mother got me this like white leather jacket. And I was like,
Oh,
I don't know when, but that white leather jacket stayed in my closet and I still had it proudly till I donated it. I
I
don't even
love it.
know if I ever wore it even for a costume. There's people I've invested gifts in. And
Sure.
and I think it's thoughtful. And then they're like, no, I may have gotten a tip with somebody because I was
That's,
wait, your family loves this. You got a new home. I thought this
oh,
would be
that's,
something thoughtful and
yeah.
and made a joke. Like I got somebody tinklers, wind chimes,
Love it.
and they said, "Oh, these freak me out." That's how they received the gift.
That's
And I was like,
very
"Hey,
weird.
I know it's really special to my dad and that person's family." And I was like, "It hurt my feelings." And I
That's
was,
very funny how some people react to gifts, right? Like, I think it's maybe I'm going to call it the performance in us
yeah,
as growing up in that world it's not like we're not being genuine, but we are appreciative. And
put
we
on the
also,
show.
yeah, we also like I said, I always want to make someone else feel better than how I feel.
Yeah,
So I'm always like, this is great. But my grandmother used to open up gifts, no joke. One year, my dad bought her a diamond F because her name's Fran. And she opens,
yep.
we were so excited. She opens up the gifts. And I was like maybe 12 or 13. And I fully remember her opening up the gift, looking at it, going, maybe a different font or a different way to write the F. It is a diamond F, Fran. And she could not get past how the F was written.
Yeah.
So it was
See,
like,
I
thank
think
you, but
in my opinion, I think that's bratty.
now,
Like
of course,
put on the show and just like,
there was no show with Fran. Nothing. Nope.
yeah, we're like people are doing something thinking of you. And so that's the thing that I know for my father, he didn't love Christmas because it became like a pressure, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know now at Chad's family and I, we do basically Chad's mom, we did Puerto Rico together as a family, and that was her Christmas gift for all of us.
Oh,
So now we're
interesting.
planning another trip. I suggested because I was just in Arizona and I didn't get to see the Grand Canyon, but there's a lot of hikes, so there's
Yes.
a lot of beautiful wine. So I think we started like exploring, talking about what's another like quote unquote affordable, accessible to everybody trip together and like create a beautiful memory.
Yeah, I also think that's a new way of looking at Christmas. And I don't want to say new way, but really
Yeah.
it is our generation growing up. It was about gifts. I'm not going to lie. My mom bought the gifts. But like now, as I have a child, my sister has kids. My sister literally was like, don't get my kids anything. And I was like, they got to open something. She's like,
No,
let's do an
no.
experience. Let's do an experience.
So we've been doing that with Mark and Janice because they
It's,
have so much stuff.
I get it. They don't need
You
another
open
toy.
the closets
Yeah.
and things games.
It's like, what are we doing? I'm opening up a toy
And the
factory.
irony is that Toy Factory is my guest room. So I go in there when I stay for Christmas, and it's like the micro machines in Home Alone, where I'm like walking to the bed, stepping on Legos and car toys.
Think it's a nice thing to do now with families is buy an experience. If you're gonna, my
Yeah.
sister literally looked at me and was like, no. And I said, you know what? Mav's still young. He'll open up some things. He doesn't kind of get it yet. But like we all bought tickets to
Oh,
do the
those,
Santa ride. Well, let me ask this. Is there a price limit? Do you guys do that? Or do you guys like we are a big family?
well, you're not really, if you think of your
My
immediate.
immediate is 10, and that's not big.
Yes, and that's lovely.
The cousins is 37.
Yeah,
And we
that's too
start to
much. They
go,
don't get presents. Cousins do not get presents.
you know what? You know what we
Unless I go to
do?
a party, I bring a bottle of wine or food.
I think, oh, I like that. We do have a big gathering, of course, on Christmas Day and all that, but we don't do the gift giving to everyone. We do Secret Santas, or which I'm learning now, my family calls it Secret Santa, but we really do White Elephant.
I think we don't need to be specific. You name it however you want to name it. And it's what
So,
you do is that's the tradition.
so this is
I
what we
say
do.
I think we say Secret Santa too, but it's basically
We
like
just bring a gift.
and then we used to do this, but the kids are now older, so nobody or I think my dad might have spoiled it. I wasn't there for that Christmas. Because we started doing the family Christmas like a week before because now we
Yeah.
were it in Florida and New
Yeah.
Jersey. But talk about what you do.
So my brother-in-law's birthday is Christmas
Right.
Eve,
We've talked about
which
this.
is tough, but he's very specific because he's like, if you're going to buy me a birthday gift, can you wrap it in birthday paper, which we've been through. And yes, we'll do
Okay,
it.
so how old is he?
He's 40.
Okay, get over it.
We joke all the time. I'm
If
like,
this is all the paper we have, you're getting
I I love him to death, but I'm like, Rune, here's your gift. It's not in wrapping paper for that says happy birthday.
Hey, as a December birthday,
Oh,
I
Katie is
have
a
an
December
opinion about
birthday.
this.
Katie, how do you feel?
I mean, look, as a 40 something now, I don't really have an opinion, but there is something when you're growing up and your birthday's close to Christmas. I'm the 17th. So having the separation, birthdays are special. And having to share it with Jesus sometimes isn't that much fun or Santa. I mean, I'm not saying I would tell people to wrap it in birthday paper, but there is something about like the combined gift that you realize isn't combined. It's just, oh, I'm not buying you two gifts because it's too close together and I'm spending a lot of money on Christmas. So your birthday gets screwed.
That's the point.
No, it's hard. That's
That's
just difficult.
shitty. That's shitty.
We always forgot about because my dad was right after January 8th and Gracie's January 9th. But it happens so quickly.
And it's like the birthday. No, we're very specific about this. We buy Rooney his separate gift, but there's a lot of us. He's got a big family. My side is really big. My sister with them, we're all friendly. So we all kind of get together sometimes on Christmas Eve, and they're like a lot of people too. So we do a secret Santa / just bring a gift, put it under the Christmas tree. They rent out like this big lodge that we all go to in Jersey. And then we pick names out of a hat and everyone just picks a gift. But Rooney has a separate section for birthday gifts because it's like, that's your birthday.
Okay. So we did it differently. So you would get a number
Oh.
and that's the order in which you pick a present. But as other numbers go, they can take your present that you've already
We do that
opened.
as well, but I think
So-
we're fucking up the game, if you want my opinion.
Well, that
Oh, no, you're doing your game. Everybody has a game. I'm a very free spirit when it comes to rules and traditions, when it comes to
Yeah, we
each
messed that
individual
up, for
family.
sure.
May it bring you
does.
joy.
But what about the
So
Secret
I was
Santa?
going to say what my dad did was he would bring something that he always wanted.
Oh.
So then people would get upset because he would he would say, I'm going to buy the
You know
present I
what?
want. So he would bring himself a fishing pole. He would bring himself a tool thing.
Barbara
that he
did the
always
same
wanted.
thing. Barbara would bring an M&M dispenser, like those big gumball machines. My mom loves them. And she bought it one Christmas, put it under the tree, and she's like, I'm getting my gift. I was like, Ma, but she goes, no, I'm going to steal it. And she steals it by the end. And I'm like, there you go.
Exactly.
But see, we did that as White Elephant. Secret Santa for us is we picked a name. So we bought for a specific person. They just didn't, nobody knew who was buying for who.
That's true. It's the pre-pick of the name. So it's like, whatever, a month before, a week
And
before.
the number pick and the like stealing presents for us was White Elephant.
I'm also wondering, how do you feel about like, so we have a bunch of kids, like Sarah, you just said 17, and then we stop buying gifts. What gets to the point? Now, here's my example. Tom and I were in our 30s, late 30s for sure. And here we were buying tons and tons of gifts for all of our cousins' kids and my sister's kids. And I, by the way, loved it. It's not like we were forced. We wanted to. I adored watching these kids open
I think
gifts.
so that's something for me. Like, so Chad's grandma's
Yeah.
turning 90. Somebody said, don't
Why?
get her gifts.
Why?
And we're like,
Why?
What?
No, that feels weird.
What? Get her the diamond.
Get her the diamond.
necklace. Where are your
What's her
grandma's at?
initial?
Here's
What's
the
her
diamond.
initial?
I know.
Get her the diamond
Nancy.
N. She deserves it.
Exactly. Don't
No,
you
no.
think if I want to
No.
give a present, that is my
100%.
choice.
So my point to you, though, is here's what I'm wondering. At some point, the cousins with the parents of these kids were like, let's stop buying each other's gifts. But Tom and I have been buying gifts for kids this whole time. And they all of a sudden stopped buying. We all stopped buying for each other. And I had a moment where I was like, so no one's buying Tom and I a gift, which is fine, or me a gift, or if a single person is single and they're like, I spend money on your whole family and buy for all of you, and you're not going to buy me one gift?
So I had this moment the other day because I said how much money I've invested in
Of
my
course.
brother's children. And it's like I got, you get something that's like an
Yeah.
afterthought, and that just hurts your feelings because and I think we talk about it if you don't have kids, but I want to give them nice
100%.
presents, but we stopped doing, instead of doing physical toys as much, which I think it is fun for kids to get
They
toys.
love
I
it.
understand the experience but the parents
Yeah,
feel clutter,
that's
right?
true.
Because it's so much. But I think there is a lot of fun to that. Like last night I was with the family and the opening the catalog. They said Sears. It was the Sears catalog, but
Yes,
Amazon
we
started
look at the
doing it now.
catalog.
And I said, yes. And I said it to the little boy, and he said, wait, what? I said, yes. Circle it so Santa
Oh my God,
knows
I
what you
love it.
want. So for a while, I got them Zoom membership.
Yep.
I
Yep.
got them music classes. I got, yeah, so things like that. But then they get so busy with
Yeah.
their schedule that then, like, when you get your sister-in-law
Yes.
a massage, did she use it?
But you
Who
know what,
knows?
though? You said something
The nail salon.
perfect. You were like, I invested all my money into my brother's kids. And same here. I've invested, and I wanted to. Tom and I wanted to. But then there's that moment where you're like, oh, don't make me the afterthought, though, because I did have an entire, 2 months of paychecks go to all of you. And I love it. But
I have a gift from them. When I turn
okay.
30, I get a free, obviously, maybe it was 40. No, it was 30. And it was when I got a free ticket that they were going to pay for me to go anywhere in the
Oh, I
domestic
love
US.
that.
And I haven't used it yet. And they said it timed out. They said it timed
Stop it.
out. It's on
That
my
is
fridge
very
still.
funny.
If I still have it, I
That
should
is
still get it.
very funny.
Now you have 3 kids. Honor
That's
that.
very
Honor
funny. My
no,
my mom started this thing years ago, which I am continuing to do, but she always did this thing where, like, sometimes, like you said, grandma's 90 years old. They're the afterthought. They could be the afterthought too sometimes. But my mom started to do this thing where it's like, this, we're giving this to grandma from mom and dad. Candy, this is from you to grandma. Kelly, this is from you to grandma. So we always made sure that, like, they felt recognized and it wasn't just, here's some socks.
gifts become awkward, right? With certain things. And I
Yes.
do think that becomes one cousin who doesn't want to do it anymore. And so then it ruins it for the
Yes.
whole group. But also I understand. One of my favorite things that I've gotten from somebody at work was they made limoncello and everybody got limoncello. So I said to Chad,
Love it.
let's start pickling. Let's start making jam. It
Oh
goes
my
through
God. I actually
cycle.
think that's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. My cousin's friend that I know for many, many, many years makes
Yes,
the
those are
rainbow
beautiful. Yeah.
cookies. She drops them off a little
I think
canister
it's
on
so
everyone she knows. And
thoughtful.
I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, I'm not afraid of her kitchen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I eat all over, and I feel like hopefully our stomachs and our makes us tougher, if anybody is. I'm pretty set on that.
I'm going to segue
Okay.
here. How do we feel about holiday parties,
I
office
feel
holiday
great. I
parties?
love them. Give me food. I'm all here for free food. I will always be.
There's that great movie, Office Party, I think it's called. Honestly, I think it's called
Yeah.
Office Party with Jason Bateman. How do people just lose it? That was such a thing in the 80s and 90s where my parents always used to go to their office holiday
Yeah.
parties. My parents never worked in an office, but my dad always had clients from his
Right.
auto body shop and they'd go to their holiday parties and they would come home a little wrecked. I'm
Now,
not going to
yeah,
lie.
now they
And I
don't
haven't
allow.
been to
Yeah,
a good
now they don't
one.
allow liquor anymore. I know that's mine. They don't, and you're like, how do you have a party and not just have wine and beer? If everybody's like 25 and older,
I kind of want to have a really, not even like trashy, just so
Yeah.
fun where people can get
like Die Hard,
sloshed
but not the
holiday
end.
party.
Die
Yeah.
Hard, where there's just like people having sex in the office, and doesn't the girl like just run all the way topless when they come in?
There's no rules.
Cocaine was
Like,
everywhere.
I don't want an 80s
This is how
holiday
I'm
party.
visualizing the Die Hard movie, but I'm
Yes.
almost certain that is what happens in the Die Hard.
That is exactly what happened. And you're speaking my language right now. Like, I want an 80s, 90s holiday party where it's just like food everywhere, cocaine food. People are just having sex. No, I literally just want a good party.
Talk about this. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Oh, we're going to
Yeah,
that.
of course.
Yeah, of course
Yeah,
it is.
of course.
Katie
I do
said
too.
yes. Yeah. Die Hard is definitely a Christmas movie. And it should be playing at the holiday party that I want to host 80s style.
I mean, we got that. You know, me and you would go full out with that 80s look and hair.
Like, I want it. But for instance, Tom had a holiday party. His company is so sweet. He loves his job. It's all great. But he made me giggle because he was like, it's just it's a quiet holiday party. Like it's like in the office during lunch. So it's not like bring your wives and friends
No,
and partners anymore. It's just
I
that
think
sort of
every
thing.
company is whether it's Christmas bonuses, everybody's cutting costs in every place.
Yes,
And
it's hard.
it's also just sad. Sad.
It
I
is. And then
haven't
it's sort of
I've
like
gotten like
lucky.
an Amazon gift card and maybe a sweatshirt that's kind of stiff.
So how about this? For a contract job I had, they had us do a Zoom holiday party.
Oh
Wait, it gets better. It gets better.
Ew.
We were all contracted for the most part, so nobody really knew each other, but yet they had us play get to know you games or do you know this person games. And then
no.
there were no prizes for said games. And I
No.
was like, at least like
No.
send us a
How
Starbucks
No.
gift card to like
Well, that's
go
what I
buy
was
a
gonna say.
coffee to sit there and drink the coffee on the Zoom. But
Do you,
that's a true
I was gonna
story.
say, wouldn't it be cute if they sent out everybody like Uber Eats, like $50 and be like, hey, get yourself something fun to
Yeah.
eat while we do the holiday party? There could have been something creative.
honestly, that sounds a lot better. But Katie, that sounds like an awful like what is it? Bridal shower party. Like, you know, when you go to some bridal, you're like,
Right.
oh my God, the most boring
It was
things ever.
I
horrible.
know
Oh.
I know we're talking about Christmas, but if we're talking about gifts, should at baby showers, should all the gifts be opened? Should be all
Oh, I don't
I think
open
it depends
anything.
on the
No, I can't. I
generation that's
can't.
there. Because I feel like if it's all your parents' age friends, they want to see you open their gift. But if it's all of our contemporaries, it's no, just send me a thank you note later.
Do you know what's funny? All of my mom's, I didn't do a traditional, obviously, baby shower, but my mom's friends all came over to me like Godfather style, handed me envelopes and eye contacted with
yeah,
me and was like, here you go for the
yeah.
baby. And my dad's, guy friends. And so it made me giggle because I was like, Tom, I feel like it's the wedding again. I need like, a bag to put the couple of envelopes of money. So my mom's generation did do that, but Katie's right. There are some generations of old school that are like, I want to see her open my gift
Yeah.
and her expression. That's a big thing, right? I don't know if we get that in Christmas because I feel like Christmas, like Sarah said, everyone's like tearing
Oh,
apart. But I will say my aunt and uncle are beautiful gift givers. They're very kind, but they do this thing sometimes where they're like, sit, I got this for you. And they want
yeah,
you to open it right then
yeah,
and there. And I'm like, oh God, oh God. So, you turn on the charm no matter what it is because you just don't want to make anyone
yeah.
feel bad.
No, I really know our Christmases were always really special. I love getting up in the
Yeah.
morning, running downstairs, and
Oh,
opening
it's the
presents.
best.
And now it's a beautiful thing to get to do that with my nieces and my nephew. And the funny part is like we got the chance to do it like for a while. I think Gracie and Maddie still believe, but Marky's 3 and it's such a great age for him to be so
So
excited.
great.
And like we used to do it up north, but now that Mark is the one that's in Florida, we all go down there with the kids. We
Yeah.
record everybody coming down the stairs. The elf
Oh,
on the
I love
shelf
it.
is adorable, but it is a lot of work for parents. But it like the elf on the shelf welcomed mom and I the last time we were there. I
Oh,
know
I
parents
love
get very
this.
stressed about elf on the shelf because it becomes a full-time thing. But I think if you go on like Pinterest, find
Yeah.
creative ideas and it becomes like we write letters to Santa. Reindeers eat the oatmeal.
Oh, I
And
love it. You do it
we
up.
always do.
Us
And
too.
and it was always something my mom loves getting gifts for people.
Your mom's honestly, if there's a job for someone who could be like a seasoned shopper, she should be someone's personal shopper of some
Yes.
sort.
But I keep saying I don't know where my gifts are anymore. We just go on trips, Sarah. I was like, yeah, they're too expensive.
That's
And I was like,
adorable. No, I think that's wonderful. Honestly.
Is there a tradition, a Christmas tradition or holiday tradition growing up that you thought everyone did? And then as you got older, you realized it was just very specific to your family?
Yes. The one that I cannot get, and Tom and I are having this right now. Sarah, same thing. Run down the stairs Christmas morning. It was so magical. I now realize like mom used to do like the powdered footprint of the boot.
yeah,
So it looked
yeah,
like Santa walked through
exactly.
the house. It was
Yeah.
all the things, right? But when we got downstairs and we had a fireplace and we had the Christmas tree, the presents from mom and dad were wrapped in mom and dad's Christmas paper that I saw her, using for other people throughout the week before. And Santa's gifts were not wrapped. They were right by
Oh,
the fireplace, laid out as if he took them out of his bag and put them there. So they were unwrapped. So you walked in and and then you just ran to your
oh,
gifts and started opening them out of the boxes. So Tom was like, wait a minute. Wait, he's like, Santa brings
and your
wrapped
mom
gifts
and
to me. I
dad
was
would
like,
give you gifts?
Yes. And then we had gifts from mom
Oh,
and
that's
dad.
interesting. That's
So we
also
had
funny
like,
that they wanted to claim gifts and that were not from Santa. They were like, this is from me. Like, I
yes,
need your stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
Wait, we're not going to go. My childhood like
Yeah.
trauma memory was my dad did all the gift shopping one year. And like he got Kelly and I clothes from a store called Hot
Yes, I love
Topic. And
Hot
if you know
Topic.
anything about
Yes.
Hot Topic, we were not
Oh,
that
I love
style
Hot
growing up.
Topic.
So we were like, what
Yeah.
is this? It was
So
hilarious.
there
But
was this one whole year that my dad said to my mother, "You want me to buy you presents? Okay, here we go." Because my mother,
that's
I feel like a lot of moms do this where they're like, "Let me just get something and you can just write your name on it." And this one year, my dad went
yes.
to this one store and starts pulling out like animal print. We're like all sitting there crying, laughing, and like, but also sort
Dad
of
did the
really
shopping.
uncomfortable. Like, and I mean, bags and bags. And my mom always wore sort of outlandish, like sequins and fun stuff. But I mean, these were sort of very hideous. And, but nobody knew how to take it. And then it was a spoof and he got her a diamond necklace that was hidden in the freezer.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
adorable. No, no. Barbara and Ron were like, Santa's
Oh my, that's
unwrapped.
very fun.
We are wrapped. So now Tom and I with Maverick are having this moment because he was like, Santa brings wrapped gifts. I was like, no, they don't. Santa does not bring wrapped gifts. And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, my mother was so smart. She was like, I'm not going to wrap those
God,
gifts
no.
because you're going to know my handwriting. You're going to know the paper. She made it separate. So now we're having this argument because I'm like, I want them to be unwrapped from Santa and then the
I
rest
know,
from us. And he's like, two
but aren't
sets.
they all from Santa? So ours were all the kids were Santa, but then so when we go to Mark and Janice's, we do write from Santa, but then from me or grandma, it'll say from Aunt Sarah or from grandma.
That's very funny. My mother was like, you cannot write from Santa. My children will know the handwriting. Santa is unwrapped. It's like a
Yeah.
whole thing. I don't know.
And
Is
the
this
other
the
thing with
same?
my mom being such a creative and sort of neurotic, we make sure it is displayed to perfection. They look
Oh, yes.
beautiful always. And then our tradition was there was always like the big present that like is outside and like where's the big
Yes.
present? Yeah.
Yes, we
Where
do
it's
that
like you think
too.
you're done and then it's like noon and they're like, but what's outside?
No, it's like that. I mean, my dad was a car guy, so it always had to do with a car in some way. And one year it was a car for my mom, which was we were kids, but it's always this though, like I armor all the tires, or I got you new carpet
Oh, I love
inside the
that
car. My
though.
mother's like,
I
great.
know, but I think that's nice. Now, as an adult, you're like, please, I'll take new tires. Very
I know.
sensitive.
I remember one year he was like, I got a
Yeah.
gift. And it was like dangling the keys. And my mother went out and she's like, it's our car. He's like, I had it waxed. And it was like, really?
One year I did have a funny year with Chad where I kept getting, I said it was from Santa and it was stuff for the house, like a vacuum. But I
I
wrote like
love it.
inappropriate things for like a good blow or something like
Yes.
that. I guess that would be like a
Oh my
leaf
God. I
blower.
love it.
But he would just be like, this is just something for the house. Like
I
here's a
love
crock
it. You know
pot.
what?
He's like, great, Sarah.
Some people are just good gift givers. Like Tom, such
Yeah.
a good gift giver because he'll be like, remember you said that last January? And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, fuck, I did. Like he remembers things and he loves
Yeah.
opening.
Me
Like you
too.
said, even if he's wrapping an eraser, he's
Yeah.
wrapping it. Like he
Yes.
wants
Yes.
people to open tons of
Uh,
things.
um, well, funny that we're talking about our lover partners. Chad's done for 2026.
Like he
No,
shopped already?
me. I have spent so much money on concerts and a trip in March that I said, you are
Yes.
getting nothing but a slap in the ass for Christmas. And he said, I'll take
You
it.
said you get me.
He literally
Exactly.
said, he sent me a meme the other day that spanking is good for your health or something like that. First of all,
It is,
obviously,
Sarah.
this is
That's exactly what he
because I got
deserves. I love it.
there are two big concerts that just got for March, and then we're going to Panama. And I was like, no more. You're good.
No more.
What
No
did
more.
you
No,
do
I
for
know.
your
I'm with you.
36th birthday? This is an odd number. Like it's an
No,
even number if we're
yeah,
getting
36.
technical. But I'm like, it's not like a big day. But anyway, so but
No,
I can't. I don't. I think
that's
I'm
very
already itchy,
funny.
thinking I won't get him. I'll get him something.
You want him, like Tom said to me, can you have, because I was like, I don't want anything. I got everything I want. I'm good. He's like, can we have to open
Wow.
something? But I just want my kids unwrapped gifts to be from Santa and the
Say
wrapped
that's
ones
my
to be, this
gift.
is going to
Say
be an
that's my
argument.
gift that I want.
That's my gift.
I
That's going to be our argument.
Chad's getting me a show, a New York show, Broadway show. I think we're gonna go. I want to go
Oh,
grab
great
time with Josh
gift.
Henry, who I went to college with. He's one of my friends.
Yes.
So I think that's what's happening. But I say that, but I
I love
want
it.
a physical. I'm not wearing it. I got earrings from him, and obviously I do want another ring or bracelet, but I could always buy for
Yeah.
me.
You
That's what
could
Chad said.
always
He
buy
goes,
for
you're a
you.
hard person to buy gifts for because you will always buy yourself what you want.
You're like, I
Because
got it
I
already.
think
Don't worry
that's
about
the
it.
not having kids things. You're like, well, I can buy things for moi.
Maybe. I don't know. I also think that's like, because I'm not a good gift buyer for
Oh, yeah.
myself
So I'm
ever.
really great. So I love buying I went out for a wine date for myself, wine in Barada, and I walked out with a diamond ring on my finger. For me. This is for
Oh
me.
my God. You know what? I need to get better at that. I need to get better at being like, this is for me. And this has nothing to do with marriage, kids, or nothing. In my 20s, I didn't buy for myself. I was like, oh no, because my mom was hesitant, being like, no, no, save, save, save. She made me so panicked. But now I'm like, no, I should
Well,
buy
I
that,
also like my
Candace.
gift for me is like I paid for my master's. That's a gift and investment in
Yeah,
myself. You know what I mean?
okay. Yes.
I bought
Yeah.
myself a trip to Egypt. I am doing like I am investing in moi.
I love it. Investing in Tom says that all the time. He's like, how about we invest in us a little bit,
Yeah.
Can? I'm like, yeah. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
I feel like I was
Wait,
totally Miss Piggy investing in moi.
she
And
was
there's
so great.
a movie coming out, the announcement. Yeah.
Apparently, you know what? I think there's also a Melissa McCarthy Mrs. Claus movie. I have sat with a Mrs. Claus script that I once wrote it's a movie for like 3 years now. I just wanted more Mrs. Claus movies. Let's find out
There
her
was a
story.
very funny one. I think I should try to find the meme that Chad sent me. There was this like hot babe in stilettos that met this like hardworking like toy maker, and she thought she was gonna have this great life, and now she's in the North Pole freezing with all these creepy elves, and she just
Yes.
fell in love
And
with this craftsman that was like a stud.
this
Like, because I think of Chad when he just had like long like
it's
somebody told him he's gonna make a good Santa someday. And he's like, wait a second, that's not nice.
we always try to get Tom to dress up as Santa, and he's always like, please don't make me
Well,
dress up as Santa.
talking about under like knowing the handwriting. How about then when we had like
Yes.
a drunk uncle become Santa and yell at the kids, and you're like, that's
Yes.
Uncle Larry or this is Uncle
We
Bill.
we had that, and my mother was like, Barbara was on it because Barbara would be like, "That's Uncle
Yes.
Frank. Don't worry about it." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. He's just doing us a favor. Oh, okay. That's not
Is
the
that
real
what
Santa."
the
She was
Italians
very
call it?
specific.
He's just doing us a favor.
No, she would also be like,
And
"That's the
and
mall Santa. It's one
and
of
he
his
walks out.
workers.
He
It's
walks
not
out
the
with an
real one."
envelope, just doing a favor.
I can't. He's doing a favor. Like it
Oh
was
God.
never like a real. That's Santa. Listen, I believed until I was 13, so
I
let's not
love
even. I was a
believing. We also
believer.
so
I
another thing
believed big
about
time.
believing. Well, I'm big on, we're theater
Yeah.
people, so I want to believe in
Yeah.
like the storytelling aspect of it, and I love that.
Yes.
But like for us also, we had Princess Pearly White was our tooth fairy, and I would write her letters, and the tooth fairy would write me a full letter back. And like my mother would put out books and do all these special. My mom loved being a mother, I think.
The fact that your tooth fairy was named Princess Pearly White is beside me. Do you understand that we literally just got a $5 bill
Oh,
under our pillow from Ron the night before, looking at his broccoli wad and just throwing us a $5 bill?
no, and my mom loved it. And then I was saying, because we were talking about like things that gifts or things that you did. Easter, we used to always get like a hamster or a bunny rabbit. There would always be like a live animal. And we had
I
Easter
love this.
baskets. Well, like a spring was always like chicks and stuff like that. I don't know.
Wait, don't start. We can't go
I
into
know,
Easter.
sorry.
We've been talking.
This year
start.
went by
Don't
too
start.
quick.
Well, I think that's our joy. That's our happiness, is that we have to cherish family. That's our happiness, because at the end of the day, before you know it, tomorrow's Easter, then it's 2027. And you're like, what?
Yeah, we're gonna have
Life
to
just
get to
moves
that.
quick.
I mean, don't start, but we're gonna have to get to New Year resolution and what we think about how your year went and all that jazz. I
Get me started on resolutions. Don't start.
All right, you're my gift. You're a gift. You're a
Aw.
gift and a joy.
You're a gift.
Thank you.
So are
Thank you
you,
for
my love.
this. And good luck at finishing the Christmas shopping because, yeah, I need to get to that.
Thanks for joining us today.
You can follow us on Instagram at Don't Start Podcast.
Or subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
And we'll see you next time, friends.
Don't Start is produced by Anthony Street Productions.